And up next, we'd like to hear from Dr. Supat. So, Dr. Supat, you have been involved with the ENET since its inception as well, and you have seen the development and progress of the ENET, having served as the coordinator too. So, you have been the main person in Thailand's pollution control department that led the development of various policies to control air pollution, especially in the early 2000s. And in fact, you've received many awards because of your role in policymaking in Thailand and support in other countries of Asia. So, a renowned expert of many rights. But we'd love to hear and learn from you similarly. Could you share a little bit more of your experience in dealing with acidic atmospheric substances in Thailand? And what is the impact as well of acid deposition in Thailand? And then how did you deal with, or how are you all dealing with the emissions from stationary as well as mobile sources? So we know it's a lot of questions all coming, but if you had any highlights and insights that you could share with us, that'd be fantastic. So over to you, Dr. Supat.
Thank you, Courtney. First of all, I'd like to congratulate ENET for the completion of the fourth verdict report on the state of acid deposition in East Asia. This is a very important report for the region. I'd like to respond to the second question first on how what's the impact, what was the impact of the acid deposition or precursor of acid deposition in Thailand. I would say that since the beginning of the inception of ENET, the first report to the fourth report, we have not really observed any impact from acid deposition in Thailand, either wet deposition or dry deposition. Uh, I think one of the major reason might be, as Professor Akimoto mentioned at the beginning, that in this region we have very high buffering capacity of soils and also inland aquatic. A lot of calcium carbonate in the water and also in the soil as well. So that might be one of the reasons. But the other important reason is the effort that we have done in Thailand in order to reduce the emission of acid precursor, in particular, not only acid precursor, but all kind of air pollutant, including the one which are the precursor of acid substance like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide as well. Uh, we have done quite a lot in terms of limiting the emission at source. I think that is the most effective way to control the environmental impact, including impact from the acid deposition as well. So far, in terms of stationary sources, all the power plant in Thailand has to do environmental impact assessment, and most of the time, all of them, if they use coal, low sulfur coal will be required, and that will be less than 0.5% sulfur in the coal. But lately, it's very difficult to build any new coal-fired thermal power plant in Thailand because it's been opposed by the people very much. But again, the emission of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide will be controlled under the environmental impact assessment. And we have also controlled the emission from stationary source through the enforcement of emission standard for particulate matter, for sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxide as well. In terms of mobile source, we have done a lot because, as you know, in the urban area, traffic mobile source are the major source of air pollution in the urban area, in particular in Bangkok. So we have implement a program to reduce sulfur in the fuel, both gasoline fuel and also diesel fuel. Uh, we have actually reduced sulfur in the diesel fuel from 10,000 ppm to up to now 50 ppm, and including gasoline as well. Right now, the content of sulfur in gasoline fuel is 50 ppm. That has been reduced from earlier stage of more than 1,000 ppm. And with the action plan adopted by the government, the Euro 5 emission standard for new vehicle, and also Euro 5 fuel, which contain only 10 ppm of sulfur, will be enforced on 1st of January 2024. So a lot of emission policies and measures been implemented to reduce emission from sources, and that's the most effective way to reduce the impact from air pollution, in particular, also from acid deposition. But our concern at present is the increasing level of ozone, as shown in the report as well. That ozone levels seem to going up in the Southeast Asia, including Thailand as well. And that will be the other issues that we have to deal with. Although we are dealing with the PM 2.5 issues in Thailand in the last couple of years, and luckily, I think fortunately we have done quite well in terms of reducing emission from sources of PM 2.5. So in Bangkok, we have seen also declining level of PM 2.5. But again, when we look at the source of PM 2.5, around 15 to 20% of PM 2.5 in Bangkok actually contributed by the secondary particle, which are inorganic and organic secondary particle, and that's include sulfate and nitrate as well. So but we are doing quite well in terms of trying to implement the control emission control program in Thailand. Yeah, thank you very much.